From the top of the charts to behind bars, today the fairy tale of celebrity power met a brutal reality check, and the fall from grace was shocking. Sean Kingston, the hitmaker who once had the world at his feet, was unmasked in court as a serial fraudster. He used his fame as a weapon and his name as a shield to steal $1 million. Today, that shield shattered, and his freedom was taken from him in a public, humiliating display. This isn't just a celebrity scandal, it's a cautionary tale about a star who believed he was above the law. The end of an era, from a suit to handcuffs. Welcome to Star News Today. The final chapter of Sean Kingston's life as a free man was written today in a courtroom. After a federal jury convicted him on fraud charges, a judge delivered a sentence that brought his high-flying lifestyle crashing to a halt. But the real story began after the judge's ruling. Kingston, whose legal name is Kisean Paul Anderson, offered a last-ditch plea for a delayed surrender, claiming health issues. The judge, however, was unimpressed. With a cold efficiency that silenced the room, he ordered Kingston to be taken into immediate custody. Without a word, the rapper removed his suit jacket, and federal marshals led him away in handcuffs. It was a raw, unfiltered moment, the final pathetic act of a con man who had run out of time and excuses. The prosecution's case, a pattern of deceit. The prosecution painted a devastating portrait of a man who was addicted to his celebrity image, even when he could no longer afford it. Federal prosecutors described Sean Kingston as a con man, plain and simple, and a thief who leveraged his fame to defraud victims for years. The scheme was as brazen as it was cruel. Kingston and his mother, Janice Eleanor Turner, would lure sellers of high-end goods like a bulletproof Escalade and luxury watches with the promise of exposure on his social media. But when it was time to pay, they'd send fake wire receipts. When the money never arrived, they'd simply disappear, leaving their victims with nothing but a worthless promise. The prosecutor detailed a long pattern of this deceit, showing how Kingston had perfected his con. The judge's verdict on a teenager. Kingston's defense tried to save him with a bizarre argument, claiming he was a victim of his own fame. His lawyer claimed that Kingston had the mentality of a teenager and was too naive to manage his finances. But the judge was having none of it. He dismissed the defense's claim, stating that Kingston was neither intelligent nor naive. The judge even took a jab at the rapper's mother, Janice Eleanor Turner, who was also sentenced for her role in the scheme. While Kingston was given some credit for not testifying and potentially committing perjury, the judge described her mother's trial testimony as an obstruction, hinting at the family's deep-rooted lies. The final, theatrical act of this saga began in May 2024 when a SWAT team raided Kingston's Fort Lauderdale mansion, arresting his mother. Kingston himself was apprehended at an Army training base in California, a surreal final location for a man who had spent years running from the truth. This is a tragic end to a story that began with fame and ended with a shocking betrayal.